Good morning, students. So welcome back to your online class. In the last class, we have discussed about the enchanted pool, the lesson and the grammar parts, as well as have given the notes, and the grammar notes has also been given in the last class. So in the last class itself, I've given in today's class, we'll be discussing about the poetry, isn't it? So we'll take up a new poem, which has been given in your page number 23. There is a poetry part before you read. See, there is two pictures which says Buddha and Angulimala. Look at the pictures are given here. What comes to your mind when you see this picture? That means you just know the story about Buddha and Angulimala, isn't it? Right? Briefly, thoughts and the feelings of these lines. If you don't know, please just see to your YouTube pages or something where it says the story about Buddha and Angulimala, and seeing that story, listening to that story, you can just frame it your own words in these lines. Clear? Okay, introduction. This poem is all about the story of Buddhist monk Upagupta. It's all about the poem Upagupta is a story about the Buddhist monk. His name is Upagupta. Buddhist monk is none other than the priests are said to be the monks. And the disciple of Lord Buddha and dancing girl of Mathura, the Vasvadatta was a famous and a beautiful dancing girl. What's up dancing girl's name? Dancing girl name is Vasvadatta. And she was proud for her beauty, youth and her wealth. Upagupta was an ascetic, epitome of the kindness, wisdom and the selflessness. The one dark night while walking, Vasvadatta stumbles over the body of Upagupta who was sleeping in the dusty ground. Before going to the poem exactly, students, this poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Who is this person, Rabindranath Tagore? You know who is Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is none other than who has received the Nobel Prize for the poem called Gitanjali, isn't it? So let me give you the quick introductory part about the author, Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, the greatest India's modern poet. He was born in affluent Bengalis family in 1861. Besides being a poet, he was a novelist, essayist, and dramatist. The Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1913 for his book called Gitanjali. He was a founder of internationally famous institution Vishwa Bharati at Shantiniketan, and his poetry profoundly and unmistakably by Indian. He illustrates the wisdom of an India in verse by mingling love, friendships, and the music. That means what kind of an author he is? Is a very modernist poet, and used to think all about with all these kind of like good musics on like that. Okay. So let us see in the poem Upagupta. There is two persons here. One is Upagupta. Upagupta is none other than is a Buddhist monk. Buddhist monk. Monk is nothing than priest. Priest and the Rishi Munigalu, students. You know, right? The priests, how they lead their life. They don't have anything about what they need, what they don't. They don't enjoy. They doesn't require any of the wealth. They require only the kindness, love. That kind of people they would be. Understood? And second one is Vasvadatta. Who is she? She is a dancing girl. Vasvadatta. She is a young, very good with her beauty, with all the wealth she will be. Understood? And who is she? She is a dancing girl. Understood? So this poem has two peoples, that is, one is Upagupta, who is none other than Buddhist monk, and Vasvadatta is a dancing girl. Dancing girl means, right, in the olden times and all, in the king's kingdom, there will be a dancing girls. The main dancing girl, where she'll have very good wealth, everything, she'll be profound for her beauty, the dancing skill with the high actions and all, with a beautiful face. And one among like that kind of a character is this Vasvadatta, and she's a dancing girl. Okay, let us see what happens. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust of city wall of Mathura. Which is the city is here? Mathura is the city in this poem. Okay. She sees Vasavadatta, sees Upagupta, who was lying down. He was just fallen asleep. Where? In the city of Mathura, dusted by the city wall of Mathura. That means dusted ground. On the dusted ground, this Upagupta was lying, and that wall was attached to the city Mathura. The lamps were all out, the doors were all shut, and the stars were all hidden in the murky sky of August. That means she saw this person in the month of August. In the August, it will be kind of a rainy, isn't it? So this June, July, August, this is all rainy period what we receive the rains. Okay, these type of, it was a late night where all the doors of the homes were shut. Only, stars were there hidden in the musky sky, means it was cloudy sky. All the stars were hidden. Whose feet was those tinkling with the anklets? Whose feet was tinkling with the anklets? Who will wear anklets? None other than dancing girl, isn't it? Because anklets is a, what they say, it's like an ornament where the girls will wear for their dancing. So, whose feet, those tinkling with an anklets, touching the breast of sudden. That sound of an anklet, it was just touching to the breast sudden. That is that sound which comes from the anklets. No? Upagupta felt that. He woke up startledly, and light from the women's the lamp struck for forgiving eyes. That means she came with a Latin lamp. Who? This Vasavadatta. That means the dancing girl. She came with the Latin lamp, and the tinkling of the anklet sound, which it was coming from the dancing girl's feet. It was just sudden sound which was touching to the breast of the Upagupta. He suddenly wake up. Okay. Because he saw some light which was coming near to the eyes. No, obviously, whosoever will be there, they'll get up and they'll see that. I mean, kind of a sudden embarrassment will be there. It was a dancing girl. When he saw the figure, the opposite figure, it looks okay. It was a dancing girl. Started with the jewels, because she's a dancing girl, isn't it? How the dancing girl will be? Will her attire looks like, or dressing sense will be with full of makeup, full of jewels, full of beautiful faces, like beautifully highlighting all the features of the dancing girl's face or a body, like with a good attire, good anklet sounds, all the colors, understood like that. It would a dancing girl start with the jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle dark with a wine of a hue. That means what kind of a mantle she is wearing? Mantle is nothing but the cloth. Understood? What is the mantle she was wearing? Which color it was? It was pale blue color mantle dancing girl was wearing. Pale blue color. The dress was, the dancing girl was wearing, with all jewels what she was wearing. And she has drunk a bit wine of her youth. That means it's a casual. The people who are in youth, they just drink a wine. Why? Because the wine is a kind of a tonic for the beauty they feel. Understood? Wine is nothing but the ripened grapes juice is said to be a wine, students. Okay. She lowered the lamp and she saw the face of the austerely beautiful it was. And she just lowered the lamp. It was just flaming high. She just lowered the flames of the Latin down, and just she saw the face of the Buddhist monk. How was it? It was beautiful. The Buddhist monk face was. It was very cute. It was like austerely beautiful. That is, there was no other words to describe about the beauty of this Upagupta. That mild, that kind, that innocent face he was having. Forgive me, young ascetic, said the woman. She say, forgive me, the young ascetic. Ascetic is nothing but, again, the Buddhist monk. Graciously come to my house. That means she just asked him to please walk down to my house. Why you want to sleep on this dusty ground? Please come down. She just saw there was nobody along with him. So he was alone. And he was very cute, mild and kind he was. His face was so beautiful, and she just welcomed Upagupta to her house. She gives an invitation to Upagupta. She says that the dusty earth is not fit a bed for you. This dusty earth, what you are lying on this earth, this thing, no, it is not fit for you. It is not fitting you. Understood? That means you are not suitable to lay on this thing because you are so beautiful. Why you want to lay here? You please come down to my house. I'll give you the bed for you to lay down. Understood? The young ascetic answered, women, go on your way. He just gives the answers. If it is somebody else, no, they would have been taken a chance, then they would have been visited this women's house, enjoyed the day or the meal what she gives, or the sleep where she asked to sleep with a good cushions, beds and all. But what did this young ascetic said? He said that please go on your way. That means I am not going to come with you. Please go on your way. That means I don't come you because thank you for inviting me, but I don't want to come right now. When the time must arrive, I will come to you. He'll say, when the time comes, definitely I'll come to you. He's just telling that the future reminder. The time will come to meet you, then I'll come with you. Suddenly, the black knight showed his teeth in the flashing light. The teeth, what he was speaking, no? It was very bright enough. In the dark night, the teeth was shining. And it was like a flashlight it was. The storm glowed from the corner of the sky, and the women terribly into fear of some unknown danger. That means it was just lightning, thundering, all was there, and she was in a physically and mentally she was in a danger mode, that she was felt, kind of a terrible fear she was having. A year passed. Okay, first you have to make a note, students. This young girl, the dancing girl met your Upagupta in which month? It was the month of August. Isn't it? It was the month of August. Keep that in mind. As the year not yet passed, it was not a year also. It was the evening of the day in April. It was evening. So after the first meet, when Vasudetta invites Buddhist monk to come and stay or spend the night in our home, he just says that, no, I'm not going to come here. The time will come. I'll definitely come and meet you in that time. He just says something in the future. Isn't it? That was happened in the month of August. But in the evening, one day in the April month, it was in the evening. Okay, it was in the evening. In the spring season, what was the season it was? It was a spring season. In the month of August, it was a rainy season. Understood? It was a day, evening of a day in April. It was a spring season. The branches of waveside trees were full of blossom, gay notes of the flute coming floating in the warm spring of the air afar. That means it was the spring season. That means in this para, the poet is describing how was the month it was and how was the environment looking. It was all the trees were filled with the heads, filled with the leaves. Isn't it? It was a calm air which was blowing around the surrounding, and there was some flute sound was also visible which was traveling along with the air. It was a bit afar apart. Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood the basement of the rampart. He was walking around the city grounds and just he stood on the base of the rampart. Rampart is nothing but it's a far place from the kingdom or a palace of the king. Understood? There he stood. Was that woman laying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? When he just standed there, he just saw the woman who was laying on the shadow of mango grove. That means grove is nothing but a small mango tree. On the shadow of the small mango tree, the woman was lying there, stuck with the black pestilence body, spotted with the source of smallpox. What the woman was having? She was got a smallpox. You know, right? Chicken pox, smallpox. In the olden days, they were not having any vaccination for that. But in nowadays, for all the kids who are less than 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, they'll get the vaccinated. It will be given for this plague, smallpox, chicken pox, all kind of a viruses what we are getting through our body. For all those things, we have got the virus now. Example, this coronavirus also, we adults have got the vaccinated, isn't it? But still they are researching for the small children's below 18 years. For below 18 years, still research has been happening. Once they receive it, definitely even you people will be getting it, students. But coming to the poem part, in olden days, for the smallpox or chickenpox, they were not having any vaccination. If they get the smallpox, the villages or the cities, the people, what they used to do, they ill-treat that person and they'll make them to leave the city and go away. Also, even though if they are worthy or they are good with their wealth, everything, but still they were not entertaining those people, because they used to see that they are like, something they have got and it is going to spread for all. And in spite of spreading to everyone, let me throw out of the city this person. Like that mindset they were having. Okay. And now that Buddhist monk has come in a speech itself, he saw the women who were laying on the shadow of this mango grove, and she was she was orderly driven away from the town. That means she was pushed from the town to avoid a poisonous contagion. What do you mean by poisonous contagion? That the virus which she has got in the smallpox thing, that was a poisonous contagion it was, and it was supposed to spread to everyone. The ascetic sat on her side, took her head and his knees. What is this ascetic did? This ascetic, the Buddhist monk, he sat down on the ground and he just laid the woman's head on his knee and moistened her lips with a water and smeared her body with a sandal balm. That means the lady who was sleeping, her lips was drowned. It was so thirsty she was, and it is completely dried. And the young ascetic just took a small amount of water and just he wiped on his lips and he just put the perfume of sandal balm. Understood? Who are you, merciful one? The lady will ask, who are you, the merciful one? Why? Because he is the only person who is showing the mercy to that lady. Rest all the people who were there in the town, they just pushed her from out of the town, isn't it? So she asked here, who are you, the merciful one? Asked woman. The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, replied the young ascetic. And he says, no, for that, dancing girl, the time will come, then I'm going to meet you. Same thing, he just says now in the month of April, it was not even a year. From August to August, it was 1 year, no students. So it was the span of 9 months what they have met again in the month of April in the spring season. And he says that now the time has come to meet you. That means she was a dancing girl with a good attire, good beauty, good, star jewels, good dress, good perfumes. Everyone were encouraging for a dance, and they were, they were happy with their dance and what she was doing, and she was very much happy with her life. But once after she getting a virus called a chickenpox, and she was drawn out of the cities, and then only she understood there is nothing about the beauty. It's only about the beauty should be for our inner soul, not for the face reflections. Understood? So we should be beautiful from our inner soul. Understood? So if something happens suddenly, the people, they won't take us. In spite of that, whatsoever, or what is the beauty, or the wealth, what we have also, all those things doesn't come along with us. Understood? So it's only the inner beauty should be good enough. So that inner beauty was having with this Buddhist monk called Upagupta, and he just watered her lips and sprayed a sandal balm and just took a head of a lady and kept on his knees. That shows that what kindness he was. He was not worried about if I get that kind of a worry. He was not having. See, if the things should happen, means it will happen in one or the other way. It is not only like through them or these people only it should get. Not like that. If there is something written in the faith, then definitely it will happen. It may be in any form of the way it could be. Understood? So now this Buddhist monk will say that, see, I've told you that I'm going to meet you, So now the time has come to meet you. So I'm here. That means I'm here. I'm helping you. That understood? So this is all about the poem The Upagupta, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Hope so you have understood the poem, students. So let me do this grammar parts and all in the next class of our thing. So please read this meanings, and anyways in the next class also I'm going to detailedly explain about this poem once again, so that let all this things you people get understand, because all this prose part or the poetry part, it's nothing but you want to few points what you have to indulge in your lifestyle. Understood? No, it is something like what you have to, how you have to be for the society. That is what you are reading here. Understood? The mannerism, what kind of a mannerism you should have, how you have to be, how you have to present yourself to the society. It's all about the lessons what you will be reading in this languages. Understood? So let us once again explain you this poem in our next class detailedly, and let me take up the grammar parts along with that, and I'll be giving you the notes also for this poem very shortly. See you soon, students. Thank you. Have a good day.